We're back with our special series, Living Longer, today, exploring ways to live not only longer, but better.
That's right. This morning, we're focusing on your finances and the new advice experts are giving to make your money really last. The good news, Americans are living longer. What that means, a new focus on making your money last.
As you're planning for your future, don't underestimate how long you're going to live.
In fact, about 1 of every 4 65-year-olds today will live past 90.
The old advice used to be that as you're planning for retirement, expect to live into your 80s. Now the expectation is that you'll have a good chance of living into your 90s, maybe even celebrating your 100th birthday.
But with longevity can come the added stress to save more.
Planning for the future has become a lot more challenging, and really the onus is now on the individual more than ever.
So how do we make sure we're financially prepared for all those extra years? It's easy. Just call Suze Orman. She's a personal finance expert. She hosts Suze Orman's Women and Money podcast. Good morning.
Morning, Suze.
Good morning, my friends.
How are you?
So
great.
It's great. We're living longer. That's great. But the bad news is, if we surveyed our Today.com audience, they said 60% of them felt like they don't have the amount of money that they're saving right now, that it really won't last them through their retirement.
And if you really think about it, you guys, most people barely have the money to pay their bills today, let alone save in their minds for the future.
So people feel like they can't save.
They just feel that way, and they have to change that, because as they're going to spend more years in retirement than they ever did working, if you think about it, because most people think they're going to retire at 65. Maybe they work 30 years. They're going to live till 100, possibly.
Owning a house, like for our generation, Gen X, was always in the plan. But for these millennials, I mean, they're open about the fact that they think that they will never be able to afford a house. Never mind some sort of longevity or 401k.
And, you know, Carson, I have to tell you, that's not such a horrible thing. I don't think that the key to your retirement is owning a home. I think the key to your retirement is having enough money to pay whatever your expenses happen to be. So the key is to get rid of as much expenses as you can. Don't have debt. If you do have a home, make sure that your mortgage is paid off by the time you retire. That would be my #1 tip to tell everybody they have got to do if they do own a home.
We're going to get into that, but we have the 3 W's, and the first is where. Where is the best place to invest your money so that if you do have 30-ish years of retirement, you're set?
Yeah, I've said now for a long time, where you just forget the tax write-offs of your pre-tax 401k or your IRA, forget those now. And if your corporation offers it, can you do a Roth 401k or a Roth IRA, which are after-tax contributions? Why? Because you don't have to worry what the tax brackets are going to be 20, 30, and 40 years from now. I personally think they're going to skyrocket over the years. So therefore, what you see is what you get in a Roth IRA or a Roth 401k. Again, it's pre-tax versus after-tax, but after that, it's tax-deferred versus tax-free. It's for your beneficiaries in a pre-tax account. They're going to pay total taxes on it. After tax, they get a tax-free.
But Susie, let's go back to debt for a second. For people who have student loans, they've got credit cards, they've got that mortgage. How do you prioritize the debt? What do you pay and when?
Yeah, student loan debt is the most dangerous debt you can have, bar none. Because in 90% of the cases, 99%, it is not dischargeable in bankruptcy. So they have the legal authority to garnish your wages and to really then decrease your income. So student loan debt.
Take care of that first.
First that. Then if you have credit card debt, that needs to go because debt is bondage. You got to get out of that. And then you start working. If you're going to stay in your home for the rest of your life, get rid of your mortgage payment.
So I want to follow up on that, because you said you don't want to have a mortgage, a live mortgage, still going by the time you retire. Why?
Because your mortgage payment is your highest monthly expense that you're going to have, bar none.
Yeah.
So it's far easier to pay off your mortgage than to save the money to generate the income to pay off your mortgage. Your goal in retirement is to be totally debt-free, 100%. In retirement, if you don't have enough money, decrease your expenses, and then your money will go further.
Gotcha. What about when? When do you start? I know, when we're born, we should start saving.
No, you have the $200 when you're 30.
Yeah. So here's the thing. People always think they have time. Time is the most important ingredient in your retirement recipe. Let's just say you have 40 years. You're young. You have 40 years till you're going to be 70. You put $200 a month away into a Roth IRA or Roth 401k. average market returns, do you know that you would have $1.1 million at 70, which I think should be the new retirement age? Yeah. But you wait 10 years.
Well, you're talking about having a surplus of $200 when you're 30, but shouldn't you take that 200 and apply it to one of these other things like a student loan?
You need to be saving, especially in a 401k, Carson.
Okay.
If they especially if they match your contribution. You put in $1, they give you 50 cents. You cannot pass that up. I don't care if you don't have any money. You can't pass up free money. But if you started putting, just let's say, $200 a month away, and you now only have 30 years left versus 40, you'd only have like $400,000. You just blew $700,000 because you waited 10 years. It was only a $24,000 difference in those 10 years.
Yeah.
Right.
But the 10 years, the sooner you begin, the better you'll be.
But just to Carson's point, like if I have $200 to spare, I can either pay off my credit card debt or I can start saving in a Roth IRA.
Yeah.
What would my choice be?
Your choice there would be to pay off your credit card debt.
Okay.
Because chances are, if you don't have much money, you may be behind on your credit card payments, and your interest rates are probably 15, 16, 18%.
Yeah.
So that's a guaranteed return. When you pay off credit card debt that's at a high interest rate, you're guaranteeing yourself a fantastic return.
Okay, the last thing is
what?
What is the one small thing you would tell our viewers before we
here's what's really important. Many people have advice for all of you. Sometimes that advice is good for the person giving the advice, and sometimes it's good for the person receiving it. My advice is this: please don't do anything that you don't understand. It is better to do nothing than to do something you do not understand, because sometimes you can do something and it blows all your money. And so if it doesn't feel right to you, you have to trust yourself more than you trust others. Right. It's your money. And what happens to your money is going to directly affect the quality of your life, not my life, not anybody else's life. So if you really want to be powerful in life, you have to be powerful.
It's good advice.
Yeah.
In some cases,
money.
Financially, doing nothing is better than making a choice that could
also,
be
you
a
don't
detriment.
understand.
And also, Carson, never talk yourself into trusting anyone. You walk into a financial advisor's office and they feel like, they know what they're doing. They must know. You don't know, and you believe them. Sometimes they give great advice,
right,
and sometimes they give advice
Suze,
that's not so good.
You're giving pearls not just for finances. That stuff's true in anything, right?
Well, when you think about it, Savannah, your money and your life are one. Who you are and what you have is one. It's right. You're the one who earns it, you're the one who invests it, you're the one who saves it, and you're the one who's going to live.
You're our trusted source.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Come on, everybody. Come join me on my Women in Money podcast.
Thank you, Suze.
Good stuff.
Good to
Thank you
see
so much.